Hello and welcome to a new episode of Archipelago Behind the Scenes. So we're basically here to show the latest features added to the game, and it's already over 2 weeks since the last video and there are so many changes I don't even know where to start. So first things first, so what you see already there, we now have proper skin colors and diversity in the game, and we also have different sorts of faces and they can even blink. Doesn't that look cute? So this is the debug version, so they actually just look into the camera pretty nicely. Look at those. They are pretty nice, and when they're going to sleep they actually close the eyes and all those stuff, and sleeping is actually something new as well they can do now. So if we look in the stats of this guy, which is actually shared, and we have energy and food, and we already know food, but energy is new, so they will actually get tired over time. And we have a daytime over there in the right top corner, which we say the current day time in this world. We can speed this up, of course, no problem, and they will stay awake for a couple hours. Like, I think it's well, let's say they will sleep 8 hours, so they are awake for 16 hours. So after 16 hours they want to go to sleep, and now they need a bed, or they just drop to the floor and sleep right there. Maybe not very comfortable, so they will not be very happy about that. So we also have mood, which is not yet implemented, and we also have dirtiness, something like this. So they will have to need regular, well, cleaning. They will actually use, I guess, the ocean for that, like that, or maybe need to go to the toilet. I don't know. This is all open and not yet implemented. So, but yeah, we have skin tones and we have faces, and pretty soon what's still added is they will actually get some hairstyles, which they do not have right now, but this will follow a little bit later. So the next thing we actually already see on the screen is that we have nice notifications over there, which actually shows new stuff getting discovered. So we already discovered sandstone stone, because it's lying around there and they can actually see that. So it's there, and we already discovered the sandstone crude workbench, because that's only made out of raw stone, and therefore we can actually build that. So if we go ahead and just forage that bush, let's go, we will get some twigs. Here we go. And now with the twigs, yeah, they don't have a name yet. That's a little bit, well, bad, but we can now, it'll be the new stuff discovered. We can build a twig bed, so that's some survival thing, because we do need beds. We have a new room as well, which is the dormitory. So let's put down a dormitory in there, and as we do have some twigs, we would need some more twigs. So let's harvest a little bit more twigs here. Where's another shrub? There. I think we need 3. And then we can actually place down a bed, a twig bed, and just place the twig bed in the dormitory. So we do now have some provisional bed they could actually use. It's just one, so they need to interchange themselves. Most of them will still sleep on the floor. But anyway, so the other 2 guys actually going to pick up twigs to actually build the bed ready. So we do have a bed. So that's one new mechanic into the game, that the guys actually need to sleep and you need to provide them a dormitory. So it could be just outside, or it could be a wood bed, or all that stuff. So you can actually make beds out of wood as well. So if we just fell down a tree like this, so let's fell down the palm tree, we do get then another notification. Yeah, he's standing right in there. It's not really right. So we can now have campfire, because that's made of logs. We can make a plank because that's made of logs. And we can make a sawbuck. That's actually new, which is used to actually make planks. And a palm torch. And we discovered the palm log. So in order to utilize all this stuff, let's get rid of those things here. We would need a workshop. And before we only have one workshop, and now we actually have distinct workshops. We have a wood workshop and we have a stone workshop. And let's make a wood workshop and put a sawbuck in there. It's under tools, sawbuck. Yeah, a palm sawbuck. Let's put that one in here. So he's going to bring the sawbuck, and it's built. And now we can actually queue a plank. So let's queue planks. Here we go. He's now building the planks, and I'm going to provide them with a stockpile, so they can actually offload stuff. Just allow everything. Here we go. Now they got pretty busy bringing all the stuff in here. Here we go. Another plank. So we have planks, and as we discovered palm planks, we can now build all stuff made out of palm planks. So we can make a palm bed, a palm wood chair, a palm table, and a palm torch pole. So the torch pole is actually pretty nice. It's made out of planks. because when the night comes, we do need some light. Otherwise, it will be just pitch dark and there's nothing you can do. So better on put down some lights before the night happens. So I'm going to put the torch up here. Here we go, we have a torch. And now we have a light to be present during night, and we would see anything. Okay, so that's one thing, or the big thing is actually that one. So also we fixed the material selector in here, and we have new shiny icons for the different block types, and it's already in the works to add even more block types. So yeah, to boost creativity basically, there will be more block types, like there will be round ones, we'll have inverted ramps, and maybe through stairs, but I'm not too sure about that yet. So what else? As you can see, the last time I made a video about this game was actually with the version 20. It's actually the build 20, and we're currently at build, I don't know, 37 or something. Haven't looked right now. So there's actually very much changed in there. So we also have a working day-night cycle in there, which I cannot show you right now because the time will just pass by. And I think the sun will set at 20 or 21 o'clock. I'm not sure, but we will find out maybe if the game, if this video takes long enough, we will see. And yeah, we do have the sleeping thing, we have the twig bed, and yeah, all sorts of little bug fixes, so issues are not... Okay, as you see, like they're just standing here. In the real version, they will just run around randomly and do random stuff when not having any orders, but this is the debug version, and they just stand there and do just nothing. So I can just send them around and let them look into the camera, so they do some little blinking into the camera, which is pretty nice. Look at those. Yeah, I'm not sure if they look pretty... Yeah, I'm not... Yeah, he's angry. He's confused. He seems to be sad. He's pretty happy. If he's a he. Yeah, it's a Rocky. So we do not have... These do have genders right now, but they have no visual independence for... Yeah, whatever. I actually was thinking about giving them eyelashes if they are female, and yeah, maybe something for later. So what else is there? Let me just look in there. What actually? Yeah. Oh. Yeah. A big thing actually in here. As you can see, when we actually place the sawbuck, let's place another one. So the sawbuck actually has action spots, and this is something which comes from the editor as well, which you have to configure when you make a new item. You configure actually the action spots. So the sawbuck actually has one action, which is making planks basically. So it can be used by one peep at a time. And the arrows you see here, and you can rotate them anyway, the arrows actually where the peep is going to stand in order to operate that thing. So that's basically this thing. I'm not sure if we have a bed already in there. Yeah, we do have a bed in there. So if you place some bed, for example, the bed actually has... I think we can actually just make some more planks here. So we can actually build a bed. And we do have a dormitory as well, so you go away. And we would need to make a bed. For now, the workbenches are still in here. Just make another workbench. Oh, we need some stone. Pick up that stone. And maybe give that stone as well. So we do got a little bit of stones. So here we go, we have a workbench. Now with the workbench, we can actually make a bed. And let's just build a bed here. And as you can see, the bed actually has 2 spaces wide, and this does not currently be incorporated in which space is actually used for the bed. So we'll just use one, and yeah, that's not really ideal, but we'll change later. And now we can place the bed in the dormitory in here. So let's put the bed in there. Here we go, and now we have a bed, and I think I can actually send this guy. Yeah, here we go. He's now actually sleeping in the bed. Look at this guy. I'm not even sure if I can cancel this, or he will just awake on his own. And yeah, they will actually now use, and this is the action spots used. So if we go to the bed, checking out the action spots here. Let's place them. The action spot actually determines where the peep is going to approach the bed, and when he's sleeping in the bed, he actually technically using up the space he's actually standing on, and it just gets translated so it looks like he's in the bed, but technically he's actually using up one of those spots applied to the bed. Of course, the bed has one action spot, so can only be used by one person at the same time, and the same is true for example, well, we do not have a blocks yet, so we cannot show the oven. So let's make a stone workshop up there. Doesn't need to be that big. Make another workbench in there. And the different zones, I'll show you in a minute what they're actually used for. So we can actually make a stone block. Let's make a stone block. So we just cover the sandstone stone oven, because that's made out of stone block, and therefore it's now in the tools menu. Or we can now put a stone oven. The stone oven has exactly one access spot and only one position the people can actually stand to operate the oven and make some bread. Okay, so that's cool. So as you mentioned, we have now different zones, different workshops supplied to do several stuff. The reason for that is actually the villages window in here. We can now actually go away. We can now actually tell which peep actually do what things. So if I decide if Winnie shall not do whole things, I turn this off. And we have woodworking and stoneworking, and all these is actually linked to some zone or type of zone. So the woodwork is actually tied to the wood workshop, and the stonework is actually tied to the stone workshop. And there will be plenty more workshops in the future, like we may have a tailor workshop, we may have a kitchen as its own workshop, and we may have some, well, a blacksmith workshop. All this stuff is going to have its own workshop, so we can actually then tell the people what they shall do and what they not shall to do. So that's basically the one thing. And there were a lot of bug fixes to actually make this stuff all happen. And yeah, they're just hard to show because, well, they were fixed. That's why. Okay, another thing, actually, we have UI scaling. So if we hit here in the settings menu, we can actually go in here and turn up the UI scale. So I'm playing here on 4K. And on 4K, I'm actually displaying the big user interface, because the big user interface looks pretty small on a 4K screen. But if you do not happen to have a 4K screen, you can use the smaller UE scales, and your user interface will not be giant like it was before. So you can just scale everything down. It will work perfectly well for these three things, and it should actually handle all available screen or resolution sizes out there, which whatever you feel comfortable with, that should work out. That's a big fix in the recent versions as well. So, well, what else? Oh, we have something else like grass. As you can see here, we do have some grass growing there. So what we can actually do, what happened before, when we digged away, let me dig here. When we digged away the stuff here, we're revealing dirt, I guess. Yeah, there's some dirt. So they're bringing the soil away, which is pretty nice. So we have dirt here, and before there was just dirt. And now the dirt actually is going to regrow to grass. So if you look there closely, it may take a little bit of time. It's still sped up a little bit, but if we look long enough on that little turtle, you can see already it's turning greener and greener and will be eventually going to be grass. So grass is naturally regrowing on every dirt tile which is exposed to sunlight. So if I cover this up with some roof, I put this in a room, the grass will actually degrade into dirt because there's no light anymore, and that means it actually turns back to dirt. So the thing is, if you see grass can only be on tiles where it is dirt and where it's exposed to sunlight. Everything else will just degrade to dirt again, and that's, I think, pretty cool in the terms of this game. And what else do we have? I don't know, we have bug fixes in here. Oh, well, we have super speed. We have a new speed button down here in the right top corner. If you see this, if you actually engage that one, that means when everyone is sleeping, the game fastens up tremendously. So if you manage to have your whole city to sleep during night, you can use the super speed button to actually skip the night pretty rapidly, because the night will otherwise take, I think, currently 2 minutes real time to pass, or maybe it's 5, I'm not too sure about that right now. So it will take the same time as the day lasts, and the super speed will actually help you to accommodate if you have low amount of villagers in there and they all sleep at night. You can just do the super speed and skip the night until everyone is going to wake up again. And as you can see already, it's turning night right now. It's getting darker and darker. And luckily, we already have planted a torch here, torch pole, so we are not lost in total darkness, but we have a little shiny light in here. One guy's sleeping, the other guy is just standing around there boringly, but they seem to be still happy, because why not? They seem to be all very hungry now. Luckily, this is a debug version in playtest. There's no consequences of hunger, so they will be hungry. Normally, they would just need to eat and use a dining room for that. Talking about dining rooms, we do have a dining room in here. We can just place that like there, dining room. And what we can do in the dining room is actually put down tables and stairs. So when the peep is actually hungry, he's going to get some food, which is apparently not here right now, but they will grab the food, actually go to the dining room, and if possible, utilize a table to actually eat the food, and that will ultimately result in better mood or something else, or other stats which are currently not in the game. Again, something more not currently in the game, but there's a lot not in the game still coming to come. So what else do we have now? Yeah, well, the whole day-night cycle were pretty much end long. They were pretty short before, and are now, I think, 2 or 5 minutes. Maybe it's 5 minutes. We are now in normal speed, so this will pass pretty slowly. We have around 1 second per minute. That's not exactly 1 second per minute, or something like that. So let's see. Let me just read through the reason notes of the last thing, so I can actually check out. Yeah, a big bug fix for actually how all the zones are handled and the priority settings and all this stuff. This is now working perfectly. And what else do we have there? Let me see. Let me check. Yeah, there were some performance updates as well, depending on the particles you see, like the fire is actually a particle. There is assumed to be more particles like smoke, and I also want to have items to have different emission of particles when they're currently used. Like the oven, for example, I would like to have it smoke when actually bread is baked, then it will settle just idle if nothing has happened. And this will do several stuff of things. Yeah, basically, that's basically what it is. And it should be lively. I do want the lively word in here. Okay, I think the most change I actually covered already. Not too sure. So a new one, which is not even yet in the playtest version, so no one has seen this in his playtest yet, which is basically we can plant bushes, okay, but we can plant red berry bushes. So let's put a red berry bush here. Here we go. I just planted the bush into the stockpile. Yeah, well, doesn't matter. I can actually. So I think I can speed the bush up. So we have now a red berry bush. So there's a bush growing, and this is not a normal bush like the shrub over there we built the twig bed out of. This is a berry bush. So a berry. So now it grows normally like a normal shrub would do. And once it's grown up fully, let's speed this up a little bit. We're cheating. Look at that. So the bush is now actually grown to its full state, and it will grow further now and grow fruits. So we can already see some red spots turning in here. Yep. That's a little bit more. Here we go. You see the red spots appearing. This is actually berries. Here we go. We have a berry bush. And we can actually now harvest the bush. And we get berries. Yeah, what happens here is he actually harvested the berries and immediately ate it. So he went to the dining room and ate the berries. So we can just speed this up. The berries will regrow. So every time we harvest this bush out of berries, come on, give me the harvest. Harvest the berries. The berries are now gone. Here we go. There's berries, and he's eating it. And now the bush has no berries again. They will regrow, of course. We can speed this up again. So there we have new berries. So what we can actually do is we can make a farm field. Let's make a farm of 2 pieces. They're going to till the floor now. And we're saying, let's make red berry bush. So now they actually planting red berry bushes. Let's send them away so we can see what's happening up there. So we have a farm field in here. I'm speeding this up again, so we have the bush growing. So the bush is there. The bush grew to its full state, and now it grows the berries. And when they're ripe, should happen soon. Here we go. Now they're harvested automatically and bring it away. And the bush will now regrow the berries. So the speed of all this happening is currently not balanced. So it happens a little bit too fast, and I'm just cheating my way here in super speed growth, but it's just to show you some stuff. So we have the berries, and that's the second source of food we have now. So we can plant wheat, which is growing wildly as well. So there's some wild wheat plants we can just not find now because it's night and it's dark. But we can now also grow a bush, and the berries can actually go and be consumed directly. Like with wheat, you would need to first get the wheat and get the seeds out of it, then get the oven and make the bread out of it. So that's a pretty basic, but the bread will actually do more nutritious than berries will be. So the berries will actually be just, you will need a lot of them, and they will later on be combined recipes where you can actually make, a berry bread, or make a bed with berries or make whatever. I mean, you can do whatever you want. That's the premise of the game, actually. So, but we have a second food source, and that's pretty good for the game itself. Oh, we actually see a second guy actually went to sleep here. And it's Winnie. Winnie was going to sleep. What's going on with Pearl? Oh, Pearl is already at 30%. As you can see, this is going to be pretty fast. They will technically sleep a total 8 hours game time, so this will take a little bit of time. Look at him. He's so nice. Look at him. He waits for the bed because he's pretty tired. They will soon all fall to the floor and just sleep there. We can just speed this up. So we can see them actually fall down to the floor and sleep. Oh, wait. Let's give them a little cool campfire. Just for the looks of it. Put a campfire. Yeah, put it there. So one's putting the campfire. So look, we have a nice campfire. And we like to let him stand here. And that's what it is. And we can just wait a little bit until they fall over. They will just tip over and sleep for the hour. So when this drops to 0, they actually just fall over and sleep there. And the threshold for that will be, in the future, maybe a little bit higher. So having energy of 0 will actually make them unconscious and will not wake up on their own again, I guess. Something like that later on. Well, it will be zones like a hospital, all this stuff. And the peeps can actually, in the future, they can die. And this will, at some point, be all true. Of course it will be true, but not yet. Here we go. Yeah, while we're waiting here, let me announce that you can actually join our Discord. Look in the video description about where to find that. Put the game on your wish list, follow this channel, or subscribe actually to that channel. There is a Twitter account. I post regular images when I have time for that. Most images and stuff will be posted at Discord, because that's the most convenient and fastest way to do, and I do not have any time for anything else. So, well, in the YouTube, if you subscribe to that, you will get more detailed videos about the progress every couple of days or weeks, whatever I have time. And yeah, wishlist in the game is actually pretty important because, well, you'll be the first to get announced when the version comes ready. If you are interested in playing a playtest version, be sure to head over to Discord and introduce yourself, because I'm currently only inviting manually people to the playtest. Okay, so yeah, we're still waiting for these guys actually to fall over. Should be every second. He should be tipple. Like he's almost out of energy. Come on, fall down. He will fall down. Yeah, there we go. There we go. He's fallen over. There they sleep. Now they sleep all. They all sleep now, and yeah, if we now go over to super speed, it's not working. So yeah, that's interesting. Oh, whoa, one is still awake. That's why. So how much energy do you? Oh, you have slept already. So that's why we cannot go to super speed, and there's no bed free, so we cannot send him there either. But normally, if everyone is sleeping, you can actually go to super speed. So one of the next things actually coming to the game, of course, must have to be scheduling time. So you can actually schedule the peeps to actually go to sleep at 10 o'clock and wake up 8 o'clock in the morning. That's what you can do. We will not wait to the day actually coming here. I could actually cheat our way to the day, but we need a couple more minutes to actually make the sun rise again and have some day. Of course, we can just put more torches up here, have more light, and just work through the night as well. There's no issue with that. Yeah, well, but I think we're going to end it right here with this lovely scene of sleeping peeps and one guy actually not able to sleep because, look at him, he is pretty awake and he will not be able to sleep through the night because we sent him to bed pretty early. Okay, so yeah, I guess he's tall, he needs to find something to do, and maybe he can eat all the berries in the field. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video this time, which has a little bit more insight about what actually happens. Everything else, you know, from the previous videos still works, of course, and it's just about the news. So I hope you enjoyed this and look forward for the next videos, and we're making big steps actually going to an actual early access version where this will actually be packed into a real game, which you hopefully can enjoy pretty soon. So I wish you the best. See you next time. Bye.